Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome back to another video. My name is Tawanda, and I'm the Migraine Crafting Diva. And on this channel, I do decorating on a budget, DIYs, and hauls with a sprinkle of migraine enlightenment. And today's migraine fact is about myself. The longest migraine I have ever had lasted for about 2 months. And now that I've given you that migraine fact, we're going to go ahead and get started with today's DIYs. And today's DIYs is all about Santa. So for DIY number one, I am using this frame that I use for think for fall. I'm just going to take the picture out that I used, and then I took a piece of scrapbooking paper and I printed out a picture of Santa. I just typed in free Santa printables and I printed it out on a piece of scrapbooking paper that had music on it, and then I am just putting it into the frame. And that is it for DIY number one. Quick, fast, easy, simple. Didn't cost a thing, and I just absolutely love the way that this picture looks. For DIY number two, I will be using this glass jar that I'll just be repurposing from some pears that I had purchased a while ago, and I gave it 3 coats of frosted glass, and then I went online and looked up free Santa printables in the kitchen, and I printed it out on a napkin. And then once I did that, I am right now just taking some water onto my finger and just kind of just tearing it out a little bit so that it just isn't straight edges, because I wanted to give like a little kind of like a torn effect when I put it onto the jar. And then once I have it torn the way I want, I'm going to take some Mod Podge, and then I'm just going to go ahead and apply a thin coat of Mod Podge to the jar and apply the picture of Santa. Now, I will say that when I did this DIY, I actually forgot to take the second ply of napkin off. So when I went back to go put the Mod Podge on after it had dried, when I went to go do the top coat, excuse me, it actually ripped the picture. So what I ended up doing was I tried to print it out again, and my printer just kept having problems printing it out again on the napkin. So I ended up just printing it out on just a piece of paper, and then I gave it a clear coat of the Rust-Oleum matte clear coat, and then I went ahead and just tore the edges up, and I just went ahead and applied it to the jar after I took all of this picture off, and they both still look the same, and they both still look nice, and you'll get to see that with the reveal. So after I put the picture of Santa onto the jar, I went ahead and just cleaned up the excess Mod Podge, and the lid I spray painted black. And then, actually no, the lid was already black. So I went ahead and replaced the lid, and the jar of pears came with this paper that was on it with like a little stretch rubber band type thing. So what I did was I basically just cut out a square, and I just used that rubber band to put back around the jar lid to just make it look like it was like a canned or jarred food. And that is it for this DIY, and I just absolutely love the way that it turned out. And you can put a candle in there, you can put fairy lights, you can put snacks, whatever you want. But yeah, so I love this DIY. So now we're going to move on to DIY number 3, and here I have everything I'm using in this DIY. I didn't really have to purchase anything for this DIY, but everything that I'm using, basically, they're all ornaments except for the small tree. But the Santa Claus is an ornament. The sled and the 2 gifts are all ornaments. The gifts came from Target. The sled, I believe, came from the Dollar Tree. I cannot remember where I got the Santa Claus from. I've had him for a while. And then I have this cloche that I purchased from Target a couple of years ago. And then I'm going to use some of this faux snow that I purchased at Hobby Lobby for 60% off. And then once I have it set up the way I want, I'm just going to go ahead and put the top back on, and then that'll be it for this DIY. And I absolutely love the way that it turned out. And I hope you like it. Let me know what you think. So now we're moving on to DIY number 4. And for DIY number 4, I will be using another one of the cloches that I purchased at Target a couple of years ago. I have another Santa ornament that I'll be using, and then I have 3 other bottle brush trees, and I'm not sure if they came from the Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby or Target, but I'm sure they came from one of the stores. And again, this Santa is also an ornament. So what I'll end up doing is I'll place the Santa and the 3 trees and the base of the cloche, and then I'll add some more of the faux snow from Hobby Lobby. And then once I have it staged the way that I would like, that is it. That'll be it for this DIY. Quick, easy, and simple. And these DIYs are all pretty much things that I already had at my house. I would say that I probably spent less than $5 total on all of these DIYs of things that I may have purchased within the past couple of months. So now that this DIY is done, we're going to go ahead and move on to DIY number 5. So moving right along to DIY number 5. Here I have a sign that says Candy for Santa, and it says to, and I put Santa in it, and then it says from, and I just put the Morris family. And I was just showing you the bigger copy of it, and then I have a small piece here that I'm going to use to actually use on this jar. So again, I have another jar. I think this jar came from Sam's. I believe it had mangoes in it, and I like the shape of it, so I thought it would be nice to use as a candy dish. So I also used the frost on it also, and I gave it 3 coats. And then I also printed out the sign to put on it, Candy for Santa. I also just printed it out on regular paper, and I'm going to use just a thin coat of Mod Podge to go ahead and adhere it to the jar. And then once it's dry, I'll go ahead and do a top coat. It did bleed just a little bit, even though I did give it a top coat of the Rust-Oleum clear coat, but it still ended up turning out nice. So after I did that, I went ahead and I added some more Mod Podge around the sign, and then I decided I wanted to add glitter. So I added some silver glitter and some of the white glitter, and I like the way that it turned out. I like that it just gives it just that little bit of extra, that little extra touch of something that I felt it was missing. And so after I put the glitter on, I took one of the ornaments that I purchased from the Dollar Tree, and I had a knob, and I went ahead and I spray painted both of those black. The ornament from the Dollar Tree is the one that looks like the pie tin, and it has the snowman on it, and it says "Let It Snow." So what I did was I went ahead and took the sticker off of that, and I gave it 1 coat of black spray paint, and also I gave the knob 1 coat of black spray paint. And then while it was still wet, I went ahead and I added a coat of the frosted glass to it, just to kind of give it the effect of, I wanted it to kind of blend in with the jar with the frosted look a little bit. And it actually turned out really good. I didn't think it was gonna do anything different, but it actually looks pretty good. So you'll get to see that pretty shortly here. So this is the ornament that I used, and like I said, I gave it a coat of the Rust-Oleum 2x gloss black, and there it is. You can see how the see what the frosted glass, how it looks with the frosted glass on it. I like the effect that it gave the ridges of it. Then I took my hot glue gun and then I applied the lid to the inside of the ornament, and then I applied the knob to the top of it, and then I just went ahead and screwed it, twisted it back onto the jar, and that was it for this DIY. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think. I would just like to say that all of these DIYs I thought turned out so good and so nice, and I just absolutely love all of them. We're gonna do our last DIY, DIY number 6, which is the easiest DIY of them all. Basically, I have this Santa that I've had for about 4 or 5 years now. I purchased him at Lowe's, and I have some red ribbon, and I have this little pug here. So what I'm gonna do is, Santa is holding a cup that says hot chocolate on it. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out of his hand because he hasn't actually did any animation. He hasn't worked since the first year that we had him. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the hot chocolate cup out of his hand, and then I'm going to take the red ribbon that was given to me by one of my friends. I'm not really sure where she purchased it at, and I am going to tie the ribbon around the pug's neck like he is like it's not, excuse me, like it's a leash, and then I'm going to go ahead and tie it to Santa's hand like he's walking the dog. And that is going to be it for this DIY. I'm also going to go ahead and press the button so that you can see and hear the dog, because he is animated and he does still work. So I'm going to go ahead and press that button and let you see him also. But yes, that is it for this DIY. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. I probably should have put him on a flat surface instead of having him on my fireplace so that you can see him. But he's so cute. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little pug dance. And that is it for today's DIYs. I would like to thank you for watching my video. If you like what I am doing, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And like I always say, be nicer, be kinder. God will love you for it. And I hope you have a blessed day. And I will see you next Sunday. Goodbye.